Welcome to RPG Book Club, a podcast where we play a little bit of a video game and talk about how it makes us feel. I'm Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And I'm Trish.
And today we'll be continuing our coverage of Digimon's story, Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, playing until we reach the end of Chapter 8. But before we get started, how was everyone's week?
Well, I didn't finish playing the section of Digimon this week, so I'm going to get some
Neither
spoilers.
did I.
But I have a good excuse. I didn't want to play it. I played some of it, and but I was telling y'all in our post chat. I find these two games pretty mediocre, and I don't need every game I play to be a masterpiece. But at this point, I'm like 65 hours into a mediocre experience.
Yeah.
And my brain is starting to reject it. Like, if you're eating some veggies you don't particularly like, not something good like Brussels sprouts or artichoke or asparagus, some shitty
Wait,
veggies.
aren't you supposed to name good veggies?
Those are good veggies. Those are the top tier veggies.
I disagree hardcore.
Well, anyway, if you're eating some veggies you don't like, but you have a whole mountain of it, and after a little bit you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't take it anymore. Even though it's fine, you should eat your veggies. I'm not sure nutritious as veggies, but yeah, I'm gonna try to get through more of it and catch up next week. I'm hoping that once the plot picks up a little bit, I'll be able to stomach it more, because that happened the last game. Once actual plot started happening, I got more invested, and also it helped that at that point I was able to turn off random battles.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
I wanted to. I've just been very busy. I played up to the end of where plot basically stops happening for what we're covering. But yeah, I've just been tired. I've been a sleepy bitch lately.
Being tired is so valid.
Mm-hmm. I have been on vacation for the past minute, around a week and change now of some sort, and several days I would just like sleep until 11 a.m. and then go back to sleep at like 9:30 p.m. and it's top notch. Big recommend. Just sleep a lot.
I mean, I had a 4-day weekend last weekend, and I did sleep whenever I felt like it and woke up whenever I felt like it for a bit, and that was really nice. But now I'm back to the work. I'm gonna be working for a while.
I also work.
Yeah, I have to start doing that again next Wednesday. That's when my vacation is over. But so I have been weirdly lucky in a hyper-specific lane recently. So last week or so, I was at Goodwill, and tucked away on a shelf they had an old beat up like beginner guitar for an acoustic for $7, and I was like, oh awesome, Scarlett has been wanting to learn how to play the guitar, but like a brand new guitar is like at least $100, and if not more, way more than that. And like, I was in a punk band for 10 years. I know that music is a thing that exists, and you pull it out of you, and you can't buy it out of you. So she doesn't even need a good one. Her songs will be better if she learns on a shitty beater guitar. So I bought her that guitar. It only had 2 salvageable strings on it. So I tuned it in drop G, because it's the second and third string, and so she doesn't have the lowest string, so it's not drop D, it's in drop G, so everything plays a power chord. And she's just been writing little punk songs and being super awesome about it.
That's extremely cute.
So today I was at St. Vinny's thrift store, and I saw that they had a short scale, like Scarlett's guitar case for $15, and I was like, that's not bad. This is a hard shell case. It'll protect all of her stuff. I got the guitar for $7, so it's funny that this costs more than it, but like, I want her to, even though it's a shitty beater guitar, I want her to treat it nice and still teach her that like things are valuable even if they're not expensive. And so I go to grab it, and it's heavy. So I open it up, and there is another guitar in it. I got a whole entire other guitar for $15. And so
Incredible.
now we have two acoustic classical guitars and so it works out so because when I'm teaching Scarlett stuff, like, she can mirror me. I'll have the exact same thing instead of showing her and then handing it to her, or showing her on the bass and it's not exactly the same or whatever. And so this will be a great thing. But it's just hilarious that I have found basically two 11 dollar guitars at this point, and that's nuts to have happened specifically twice in 1 week. But here we are. Other than that, it's GDQ week, and GDQ has been awesome. And there have been a lot of games that I want to play someday that I will forget exist in about a week and a half, and then we'll never play.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because that's what
Because you're
GDQ is
busy
all about.
playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory.
Bernard did the segue this week. He did it. One of us, one of us, one of us.
One of us.
No,
one of
I
us.
did a good relevant segue. I'm not one of you.
I'm hurt. I can't believe my friend would do this to me.
I'm sorry.
We're going to regain our composure during this musical interlude, and then we'll talk about our coverage this week. All right, we start the chapter with some small day in the life scenes with, like, Ryuji taking on some cases, Chitose working the front counter, Erika getting some treatment at the hospital, and Totino spying on Jimikin, who is ready to make his move, so Totino's heads to Zaxxon to report it. When Totino's arrives at the Zaxxon forum, Faye is there, who tells Totino's to come with her to Under Kowloon level 3 so that she can talk with him. And what she wants to talk to him about is that if he betrays Zaxxon, even on accident, she will kill him personally. They're headed to Under Kowloon 3 to squash a hacker team that decided to follow Jimikin's lead and defect from Zaxxon. And after a very lopsided Dominion battle where they had 8 Digimon and I had a total of 4, we show them that Zaxxon isn't only big, they are strong, and they're fighting not for control but for unity amongst the hacker teams. Faye tells Totino's that Zaxxon will squash the demon soon and to not get in the way when it happens. Totino's wonders what Kei's move will be in all of this, because the two largest hacker factions are fighting each other now, and in the chaos, like, what Kei's gotten Totino's involved in all of this, what's going to happen next? Chitose calls Totino's and tells him to go help Erika home from the hospital because he and Ryuji are in the middle of a case. While picking her up, Totino's gets a call from Kei, who tells him that they should meet up in person soon and to make sure he comes alone. Erika reminds Totino's that that's stupid, but when he refuses to listen to reason, Erika offers to send Wormmon with him again so that he'll have backup. Technically, some side quests happen here, but they don't matter, and the next important scene is Totino's getting ready to meet up with Kei with Wormmon, and Ryuji comes by to tell him that he is being stupid for going alone, and so Ryuji is going to go with him, but he's going to hang back so it looks like Totino's is showing up alone. So Totino's heads to the demon's den, and Nokia is there kicking Jimikin's ass. A hooded and masked hacker approaches Totino's and introduces himself as Kei. Kei wonders which one is real, someone's internet persona or the real life person, because Jimikin's IRL persona is a timid, nice guy, but his hacker persona is the idiot that we all love to hate. Are people putting on a mask in real life or online? He laments that Jimikin is getting his butt kicked because he was a useful tool, but only a tool because the real leader of the demons is Kei himself. Kei laments that Jimikin is getting his butt kicked because he was a useful tool, but only a tool because the real leader of the demons is Kei himself. Kei is sick and tired of Zaxxon's justice and unity bullshit and wants to fracture all of the hacker teams and step in to control all of Eden in the turmoil. Totino's asks who Kei is, and Kei turns the question back on him. Who is Totino's DiGiorno? He has a borrowed account, a borrowed avatar. His memories are digitized when he logs in. How can he be sure that he's not just a brain in a vat somewhere? Totino's ponders this, but Ryuji walks up and says that Kei is full of shit. He keeps talking in riddles to seem deep, but he's just a loser who makes other people do his dirty work and then claims to be a leader from the sidelines. Kei is like, well, who are you to talk? Which makes Ryuji do his pensive face. Kei is like, you're a good leader for coming to look after Totino's, but you broke your promise to come alone, so these 4 weak-ass Digimon are going to fight for me while I run away and claim to be their leader from the sidelines. After we defeat them, Ryuji brings something up. These Digimon were fighting for Kei, but Kei had already left. All of the other Tamer battles that we fought, the Tamers had to be there to deliver the commands in person, but Kei was able to do it remotely, which even Ryuji can't do.
Which I don't understand, because Digimon aren't like Pokemon. They're like they're fully capable of doing stuff on their own, so I don't understand why it would be strange for you to be able to be like, hey, could you do this while I go over there? And if the Digimon like you, they'd just do it.
Yeah, in both of these games, there's a big point where they realize like, oh, Digimon are people too, but like it's always after a big like they've interacted with Digimon who are people for a long time. Like Ryuji has met Wormmon, so of course they're
Yeah.
not. Of course, they're not applications on your Digivice. They're obviously entities of some sort. But no, he's inputting commands from remotely, so it's got to be crazy.
But then also you do occasionally have Digimon who act like Pokemon, like, and this was especially weird because he just straight up is a human man. Angemon later in this
Mhm.
section doesn't seem to be fully sentient.
Yeah.
What's going
He's
on
just a
there?
really quiet dude. He's just a really quiet guy.
I guess.
Which is so funny because in the anime, Angemon has one of the loudest voices. He's like always shouting in his superhero voice.
Nice.
Ryuji tells Totino's not to mess with Kei any longer because he's probably super powerful, but he's an enigma and no one knows what he wants, so just don't play along with him anymore. Back in the internet cafe, Erika tells Totino's that she was watching everything happen through Wormmon, and we shouldn't worry about what Kei says about him not being real. It could be theoretically possible to hijack and rewrite someone's memory data at login and logout, but Erika is sure that that hasn't happened since she met Totino's, and unless that happened before they met, it's impossible that he's not the real Totino's. After taking a few cases that are sadly unimportant because one of them features Nokia Shiramine, Totino's gets a case from you.
From me?
Yes,
From
from you.
you.
You wants Totino's to go with him to verify some date spots because one of his friends asks him to find a good date spot for him and his girlfriend. The scene is incredibly different between the Totino's version and the Seo mod, and it's actually kind of sweet in the Seo mod, and I'm not sure how I feel about how it handled the gay of it all. And I don't mean I didn't look it up. I watched the long play, but it isn't like good gay representation, but it also doesn't treat gay being gross like a lot of anime stuff does. And the one heckler who heckled Seo and Yu in the mod, I was sure was going to be homophobic, but literally none of his lines were changed by the mod, and in both versions, he just tells them to get a room because Totino's and Yu are making him feel bad for being single. So it's a wash, I guess.
I was gonna ask how that plays out without the mod because I was just like, it can't like is it not? I was imagining it wasn't gonna be gay. It was just gonna be like, oh, Totino's, you're pretending to be my girlfriend.
That's not gay.
It's not.
I mean, it's not gay, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So at each of the date spots, you role plays actually being on a date with Totino's, but it seems like he's not actually role playing and is doing a haha unless to Totino's. So it's kind of odd. But at the end of everything, you thanks Totino's for helping quote his friend verify those date spots. And Totino's thinks to himself about how much he needed a day like this to relax with everything that's going on. But wait, didn't you say last week that he didn't have any friends besides Totino's? A few days later, Totino's overhears some people talking about how they think they're haunted because they keep seeing the ghost girl of Eden and hearing the ghostly screams from the manager's office of Houdier, and that they need to go buy some talismans to protect themselves from the occult. Like clockwork, there's a ghostly scream coming from Wormmon in Erika's office because she's hacked him to be pixel art, because he hacked her computer to turn all of her images into pixel art, because he was copying an old memory of hers that she demands that he never accesses again.
I think it's pretty cute.
It was pretty cute. Ryuji comes into the room and says that they have a job from Zaxxon that requires them to hack the cops. And when Erica asks if she can join, he surprisingly says yes. Erica is too excited to notice that Ryuji is acting weird, but Totino's clocks it and reaches out to Chitose about it.
Because, Ryuji is such a huge fan of the cops, normally. Him taking this job is strange.
Chitose says that it's probably nothing to worry about because Hurie owes Matayoshi, because a few years ago, Chitose was blackmailed or something, and him and Ryuji tried to stop the blackmail, got caught up in a sting, something, copy, something. But Matayoshi took them into protective custody instead of dropping the banhammer on them, and ever since they've been the lackey of the police state. Totino's is still concerned, but Chitose says that he'll check up on everything to see if anything weird is happening, and for Totino's just to stall Ryuji while he looks into it, and Chitose will tell Ryuji that he can't help today because he's working at his day job, where apparently he's an engineer. All the shots of him working at the cafe were just him covering for people who called in, and because he needs his hacker base to stay open, he was covering for people, but he has a day job being an engineer, and I thought that was cute. Ryuji is disappointed that Chitose can't come because this was going to be a really big job, and so if Chitose can't help, they'll need someone to help them fill all the spots, but they don't want it to be someone from another hacker team and get them caught up in everything, so it would be better if it was just a random person. Just then, Yu randomly calls Totinos, which gives him an idea. So the plan is for Totinos to hack his avatar to appear as a Puyomon and be Yu's partner Digimon, and cause Matayoshi to interact with the Digimon long enough so Totinos can hack his account info so that they can infiltrate the cop server.
This part is so weird but fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. Long story short, it goes very poorly, and in the end, Ryuji licks some boots again and helps Matayoshi capture some hackers, just to make sure that we know that while he may be hacking the cops, he still is a piece of shit. But in the comedy of errors of it all, Date gave Totinos a big snuggly hug while he was in his Puyomon form, which let Erica hack Date's account, which is plenty high enough to get into the server. So they regroup back at Hurie, and Chitose shows up and asks what's going on. Ryuji says that Zaxxon wants them to get dirt on Matayoshi and the Cyber Crimes Division because they seem to be involved in Kamashiro's hostile takeover that we learned about in the first game. Chitose is all smiles and says that he'll help us break in and that everything sounds good, but when Ryuji leaves the room, he gets a serious face and tells Totinos that they'll talk after the mission. Totinos and Ryuji head to the cop server, and Erica and Chitose will cause a diversion in the real world, and Wormmon will transmit a conversation log of Date's that will actually be a payload of the data that they steal from the cops. But when they make their way through the server dungeon and go to deliver the payload, security Digimon come along, and we have to have a boss fight.
And not just a boss fight against two of the main Digimon from Frontier Season 4. And
Agnemon and Lobomon.
I don't know if it was just me. I guess I only have you to compare this to, Sam, this week. But I found this boss fight hard as fuck. These two dodge everything.
Yeah, Agnemon comes with something that like doubles their evasion rate, and that sucks. After the fight, Ryuji says that the Digimon were distracting them while a data deletion process was going off, so all of the data that they needed to get is gone, so they should just leave. Totinos and Wormmon will go on ahead while Ryuji covers their tracks so they don't get caught for hacking the cops. And by cover their tracks, I of course mean download the data that was definitely not deleted and then delete it himself. But as Ryuji's doing that, we see that Chitose was in the server and he watched Ryuji double-cross them. What could Ryuji be up to? How many boots will he lick before the game is over? Who can say? Find out next time on Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, but for now, our memorable moments.
So was there just some sort of weird Sony regulation that on the Vita, when high schoolers kill or die, the blood has to be pink?
I don't know. I was thinking the exact same thing.
I had forgotten that mission. That was truly, that Soul Side Quest was after the aquarium from last time. I hate
Ryuji so much.
I hate Ryuji so much.
I mean, I
explain to the audience what we're fucking talking about.
yeah, we should probably explain what happened in the quest. Yes.
Yeah,
Go
so there's a side quest where this teacher comes up and is like, "Hey, I think my class is cheating. They're all putting in the same answers on tests, but I can't tell how. I don't see any sign of how they could be cheating, but they literally have the same answers for every essay question."
And he says we can't do anything because there's no hard evidence. And I'm like, it's 40 students entering the exact same answers on a test. I think that counts.
I do
Yeah.
too. But the fact we're helping with this, to me, is immediately like, oh, cool. We are really being just the narkiest narcs who's ever narked. And we discover that the class has a server where they hang out and in Eden. And specifically, there's one member of the class who is this like who's this nerd who's good at coding and stuff, and he's being bullied by everyone else. And apparently they have a technology that correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember this coming up in the last game, where he can just remote control their bodies through Eden?
It was a large plot point last game. That's literally Kyoko and Crusadermon's whole thing, is that they took people's bodies because they're
with the moles.
essence.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Not
they
with the
did that.
mole stuff,
Yes,
but like
okay,
the
that's
concept
Digimon
of
doing it. That's
yes,
completely different. That's not a
Yeah, that's
hacker.
different.
That's not a hacker being like, yes,
it's
I'm going to hack and remote control 40 people at once.
yes, it's definitely an escalation from the thing of last time that a person's able to do it, but it's not unheard of that something mental data, something hacking, something control your body in the real world.
To me, those are very different. One of those is a digital life form, like basically deleting the original and taking over the body. Not completely, but like mostly possessing, taking over the body. And this is just, hey, I have a thing that lets you remote control my body. I'll trust you with that. So yeah, of course that goes extremely badly, because after several times of making this kid take their tests for him, he decides to get back at them by making it seem like they've killed the teacher and then all commit suicide together.
Well,
yeah. No,
what?
he thinks he's actually doing that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He thinks he's actually doing that, and it turns out no. Ryuji, apparently memory data includes fantasies you've had, and so he pulled out the fantasy data of it and made it so they all saw that like it was happening, and it was a punishment for them for bullying him and him for wanting to kill them. And I just think that was a bad way to handle that situation. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Ryuji sees that they're having this kid control their bodies to fill out their tests. They don't realize he can do more than just fill out their tests because they're stupid. And he's like, okay, we've got to do something. We've got to stop this. They're taking another test tomorrow. We've got to stop this. But we should let them suffer a little or something because they've been really bad. And I'm like, they have been really bad. But then it turns out the suffering is let them all experience murder and death.
Yeah.
As if it's really happening.
To play on my continuing talking about propaganda, because the series apparently cannot help itself.
Yeah.
This is really falling into a kind of it comes up a lot with propaganda. It's a lot more than that, but just the kind of mindset of like, well, the only way anyone has ever learned a lesson is by receiving tremendous punishment for what they did, and that is the only way to learn and grow as a human being. And so when someone does something, and I say that's often not even that, it is truly just if someone does something bad, they need to be punished, they need to feel pain about it, and that is the only thing that matters. And it is in here just so cartoonishly fucking evil. Like it is just like, you just traumatized 40 kids. I guess because you get off on it or something. I don't know.
Because they were mean.
They were mean,
and they
How
cheated
dare
on their
they?
tests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the case was find proof that they're cheating. Ryuji gets that, doesn't tell his person that he knows that, lets this go on for several more days, and then traumatizes these kids. He completely indefensible. There's no world in which Ryuji is not just a comically evil person.
This fucking game.
at least last week, like he knew that she had in fact planted explosives, and that's why he was like, we need to fucking get her. And I'm like, okay, I see problems with how you want to get her, but we do need to get her so that she doesn't blow up the aquarium. But what the fuck?
What the fuck, Ryuji?
Goodness.
So the side quests this week all were really cool. I think not this one. Fuck that one. But the rest of them were all really cool. They were all about like what is real, either online or offline, and the theme of masks have been all over this game. And as much as I liked Cyber Sleuth, I don't think that it had a theme, and I don't think it was trying to say something. And this game does, and I think that that's cool and it's neat, and it's one of the reasons that I prefer this game to Cyber Sleuth. I don't remember if they're going to land it or not, but it is kind of cool that like all of the different hacker teams that you go on all have different masks because asset reuse, and they all have the same bodies, of course, but but they're all masked, and everything keeps coming up of like what's more important, your online persona or your in-person persona, and I think that that's neat.
I think it's cute how they start going hard on that theme this week. But so far they've not like very explicitly referenced the fact that Hoodia is based on the famous thing of am I a butterfly? Am I a person dreaming of butterfly or whatever? They're not getting too explicit about that, but it's there.
So who do y'all think K is?
Oh, I mean,
Philemon from Persona.
You're right.
I was gonna say you.
Interesting.
That's my
I
immediate
agree, it's
guess.
Sam.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, I say that now. My initial guess earlier in the game was I was like, that has to be Arata, right?
Because I hate
Because
Arata. I hate K, so it would make sense.
That, I mean, I won't lie, that is a little part of it, but I feel like the silhouette of like their outfits is very similar.
Yes.
Yeah, if this was a Ryukishi 07 game, the author's note at the beginning would say that at this chapter, this is a medium game where there is enough data for you to solve the case if you wanted to, but it's not completely obvious yet. So it all came back to me after the things that we saw this week. So I was wondering if y'all had any guesses or not. So y'all can see if y'all are right or not as we go on.
Wormmon.
That's right.
Okay, I want to say because I think we all love Wormmon here. We're all Wormmon fans.
I didn't like Wormmon at first, but then like 30 seconds later, I liked Wormmon.
Yeah. What I find so fascinating is this game is done in Japanese, the voice acting, and like we don't have an English dub for it, which is fine. And I love Wormmon's Japanese voice. He's so cute. But in my brain, I keep remembering the English dub for Digimon Adventure 02, where Wormmon does not sound extremely cute.
No.
He sounds like
Mister, no, Mister, you can't be mean to the other Digimon.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good impression. That's better than anything I could do. Yeah, he sounds like Droopy Dog. It's a Droopy Dog impression.
Goodness.
It's just like trying to imagine all this stuff for Mon, but it's so fucking Droopy Dog voice.
Yeah, the fact that Agumon always has the same voice actress in Japan and has had variations on a theme for the same voice actor in all of the English media makes it so weird that like that's not normal, and everyone else is always just completely different. Like in Digimon World Next Order, there's a Guilmon whose voice is a deep like hero voice, and he's like, no, do blah 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 blah, and I'm like, no, you're supposed to be
Steve Bloom. That's supposed to Steve Bloom doing Guilmon in Terrence is like, Guilmon, help.
Yeah. It's so weird.
The fact that Steve Bloom makes it weirder but also more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly when these dubs you're talking about happen, but I'm assuming around turn of the millennium. I love that era of
Yeah, like 1999, 2000-ish.
No,
Yeah.
it's worse. So it feels like a dub from back then, but Digimon World Next Order is the follow-up to this game. And
Oh,
this was the first time that Digimon fumbled the bag because they were getting good press on how good Cyber Sleuth was and Hacker's Memory was, and this was around the time of
man, they didn't have
Digi
much back then.
of Digimon Cross Wars, which was well received enough to get a third season, which only has ever happened to Adventure before. So like they had the heat, and they're like, all right, we're going to follow it up with the worst Digimon World game with the worst dub in any Digimon game ever. And I can trigger CW in the chat by saying Machine Draymon. Oh my
Oh,
God, Jinx! We said it at the same time.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I can't let that pass. Machine Drit. That's how they pronounce his fucking name?
Yes. They have somebody
Oh.
playing Gigimon with reading like the back of his hero box that says Machine Draymon on it, and it's really bad.
That's awful. That's terrible. Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that.
Yeah.
I think I wish
And
I didn't know that.
yeah, and then the game after that was Digimon Survive, which famously was fumbled for like 8 years. So I'm really hoping that the stars that are aligning right now with their super popular trading card game, their super popular anime, and their super popular video game means Digimon will survive. But it almost didn't last time, so I'm not crossing my
Digimon will
fingers.
Digimon survive.
When it comes to the quests, the side quests this week, I also wanted to bring up the one in particular.
With
I'm trying to
Nokia?
remember. Yes, the one with Nokia with the sistermons.
Yes.
So I talked about these Digimon last game because they're a pair of Digimon that are truly just women. Those are just
Yeah.
human women with
Yep.
hats on.
Yep.
And it turns out one of them gets more powerful by just getting her boobs out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And pulling her mask over her eyes, don't forget.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the wake form, they have the master with eyes, which makes them look slightly more like a Digimon and less like just a human woman.
Yes.
I will say, in these scenes, I was able to be like, okay, I kind of get what they're going for here, because if you pay close enough attention to how they emote in scenes, it
Mhm.
feels like the human face is fake, and the
Yeah.
face on the hat is what is actually what they're emoting and talking with.
Yeah,
Which
most
does
most
make
of
them
the
feel weird and creepy.
most of the regular human Digimon have something like that, where the human part is fake and the actual mouth is on the stomach or something like that. Not all of them, of
Interesting.
course, but most of them.
But yeah, that was fun. Nokia was there.
So
Nokia was there.
one thing that's cool about that scene, so the in the Japanese, Sistermon CL is Sistermon Noir, and she's just a regular nun. And because they were bringing it over to America, where everyone is nervous about Christian things, they recolored her blue, so she would be a nun, but not like a literal Catholic nun. And so Sister Monsiel was the American one for a long time, and Noir was the quote unquote real one in Japan for a long time. Until Digimon Ghost Game came out, they did an episode with Digimon CL with Sister Monsiel, and it's my favorite episode of Ghost Game. I haven't finished the season, but CW says it gets worse from where I stopped. So it's probably the best episode of the season. And it's so batshit. She's insane. I love her. Sister Monsiel forever. I'll have to send it to you guys. You can watch it without context. It's fine.
The part where you're like, you've got to send them your love, and then Nokia does a really dramatic blowing a kiss to Agumon and Gabumon was
I love that
the
part.
best
It's very
thing.
good.
So this side quest reminded me of something that I didn't realize until just now. I think Nokia is the only character with a theme song, because when her
No,
theme kicked in
Jimmykin
this
has
week.
one.
Oh yeah, fuck Jimmykin. But
Yeah, but we don't like Jimmy Kid.
but
And
hearing Nokia's theme drop this week, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot.
what's her? The detective has a theme.
Oh, Date, yeah. Oh no, not Date.
Kyoko.
Kyoko,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I hate to ruin the reputation I've built up on this podcast for so long. I still can't stand Date.
That's fair.
The game
It's fair.
The game tries to make her endearing. It feels like she's trying to be like a I was gonna say a gumshoe, but the detective is more of a gumshoe. I
Yeah.
don't know. They're doing stuff to try to endure, and I don't know. I don't got it in me.
Yeah, it definitely is hitting a lot different this time than it did last time, because I played the last one before George Floyd, and really just put propaganda into stark relief against everything. And you have to do a lot of squinting past the propaganda. It kind of makes it harder to swallow now than it did before. And I want to retroactively apologize for saying that she would be a great character when I introduced her the beginning of last game. She has her
apology not forget taken. Fuck
yeah,
you.
it's fine.
It's like Chitose says, don't go after a cop, no matter how cute she is. Remember this
Mhm.
lesson for future generations.
It's true.
We should have listened.
There is one of the masked maid hackers. You talk to her and she says, I may be wearing this mask, but I've never actually seen the movie it's from.
Yes.
The leader got mad at me when I told him. He said it's a masterpiece and I have to see it, but I'm too scared to see it by myself. Go with me?
I love that bit. Also, I just love that there's a whole gang of girls in maid outfits and Friday the 13th fucking Jason masks.
Yep.
It's such a silly idea.
I love, like, as we've continued further and people's themes have been weirder and weirder, it's so funny that we had to interact with the Nakano stripes again this week, and it's like, your whole thing is you wear striped shirts. Like, we got maids and Jason masks and you're just over here wearing stripes. That's your theme. Like, try harder.
Listen, I'm not gonna stripe because they're a girl gang, and I gotta like a girl gang, even if their
Mhm.
theme is kind of boring.
The so I went to the outfit shop and I bought the Nakano Stripes outfit for Seo, and I wore it
Oh
when
yes.
I did that quest this week. Oh, also, we didn't talk about it, but social links started this week. You
Oh
can take
yes, there
people on
were
social
social
links.
links. Yeah, because you can just be like, oh, so there's another new kind of team battle thing. Because this isn't really a team battle thing, it's a mini dungeon where you can go straight to the boss if you want to, or you can go off the beaten path and fuck up your enemies'
Mhm.
stuff. And if you do that, it like helps out.
Like, the first one is, if you go straight to the boss will paralyze your Digimon on the first turn. But if you go and do all the little side fights, you paralyze the boss on the first turn,
Yeah,
for
which
example.
is useful.
Mhm.
Um,
I mostly do it because tamer battles are worth so much experience points and money,
yeah.
and
So
random battles aren't worth shit in this game.
it's true. It's so true. I was just gonna say about it is just yeah, so you get to take someone with you, and a game's just like, hey, who do you want to take with you? And it's mostly, other members of Hudi. There's also you for some reason. I don't
Yeah.
know why he's an option, but he is. But also so is Yuko and Faye, is it?
Yeah,
Or
but not
yeah,
Yugo, which is,
Yuko.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the person that you have actually interacted with in a digital space is not an option, but the goth girl
And
you
if you
met at a
choose
hospital once
Yuko,
time is Yuko.
yeah, and if you outdo Yuko, she's like, I don't know why you choose me for this, but sure, I'll help you. And it's worth it because yeah. So the thing about doing these is whoever you pick the thing with, there's a chance afterwards of getting a social link. Oh, you get to know this person better. Isn't that fun? And it wasn't like great and groundbreaking, but it was cute to get to talk to Yuko and see her goofiness. I like her.
Mhm.
I wish Nokia was an option, but we can't have
Yeah,
everything we want in this world.
I'm trying to remember if she becomes one later and you interact with her more. But I can't remember off the top of my head. I know that it does get longer, but I don't remember if Nokia is an option. But at this point, I don't want Agumon and Gabumon as a partner in a Dominion battle. I would much rather have Omnimon. So if we do get Nokia, I can wait. It's fine.
Well, they can Digivolta Greymon and Garurumon now
It's
after
true.
the thing that we did, because Nokia blew a kiss to them.
It's true. But yeah, the story will pick up from here, and
I hope so.
hopefully it does it quickly, because it's like starting right now, where this would have been great to be at the end of the second episode and not at the end of our third episode. Wait until chapter 8 for things to really get started is kind of annoying, especially because we've already done all the world building stuff before. So like a lot of the side quests that I skipped over are like, if you somehow did play this game out of order, they would help you understand stuff about the world, but we don't need to go over that shit. So it's like, oh, the next 4 hours of this long play I can skip over because none of it's important. So that will do it for the week. If you like what you heard today, you can head on over to www.rpgbook.club, where any and all donations will help us offset the cost of running the show. If you decide to donate $1 or more a month, you'll become one of our gadabouts and also get access to our bonus feed filled with aftershows for every episode, as well as bonus seasons of the show, such as the Tales of Podcastia and the Escape Pod. If you up your donation to $5 or more each month, you can become one of our warriors and get your name read at the end of every episode, a little like this. Shoutouts to Dragonslayer19, Freddie Rodriguez, and Jfro Prime. And then if you really, really love us and you want to be one of our luminaries, you can donate $20 or more a month and get a short one-sentence shout-out or advert read at the end of each episode, a little like this. Shouts to Cerebral Wind, who wants you to listen to small podcasts, support small businesses, and play indie games.
I also want you to listen to small podcasts for biased reasons.
Shoutouts to El Tantavi, who wants you to check out Aftermath.site, a worker-owned, reader-supported news site covering video games, the internet, and the cultures that surround them. Shout out to Kildronis, who wants you to check out Super Zeldathon, a charity marathon of the Zelda series, featuring a variety of gaming, music, and other activities, raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. The event runs from July 19th through 25th on twitch.tv/Zeldathon. And then shoutouts to Vimk, who says, "This is her obsession. This is her need for control." And then shoutouts to It's Clear Time, who says, "For you TTRPG nerds, check out Fabula Ultima. I'm not affiliated with the game, I just think it's neat." For RPG Book Club, I've been Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And I'm Trish.
Toodaloo, folks.
Bye-bye.